is for the SE students, and today I have brought a poem for you, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. So before going through the poem, so we will discuss this poem today, and before going through the poem, we will have a short description, introduction of the poet Robert Frost. Okay? So can you tell me who is Robert Frost? Poet. Yeah. He is a poet, an American poet. Robert Frost is an American poet and belonged to the Romantic poets. Romanticism. He belonged to the Romanticism. Romanticism means a period in the literary movement, in the movement of literature. So, Robert Frost, an American poet, basically focused on the imagination. You see there, not only Robert Frost. I think you have read a poem by William Wordsworth, isn't it so? We have read the poem by William Wordsworth, William Blake, The Chimney Sweeper, and I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud by William Wordsworth. So these three poems, you see there, including Robert Frost, William Wordsworth, William Blake, all these poets whose poem we read in grade 10, they belong to the Romantic poets, and these poets basically focuses on the imagination. They express their personal feelings, inner feelings, okay, power of nature in their poem, and the children's world too. They show, you see there, in their work, they show, Robert Frost also, they show the link between human beings and the nature. Same thing is expressed here in this poem too. So this is a short description of Robert Frost, including the other poets who are from Romanticism. Okay. So if you know a little bit about of Robert Frost, you can easily describe the other poem too of William Wordsworth or the William Blake. They belong to the same category, and same theme can be found in the poem of these poets. So you see there, and this is a lyric. What we say lyric, Lyric. So in which the personal feelings of the poet are expressed. Okay, their private feelings, their experiences. So same thing is described here too. And this poem you see there, it contains how many stanzas are here? So you can see here, first, second, third, 4 stanzas are here. So each stanza contains how many lines? 5. So 20, you see the 20 lines are there. And if we have to talk about the rhyming pattern of the poem, you see there, sometimes in the exam also you are asked to write the rhyming words. Isn't it so? We do in the class too, and in the examination too. Frequently you are asked to write the rhyming pattern of the word. So the rhyming pattern of the words, you see there, in each stanza are same. In each stanza they are same. Where you see there, 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and surely I couldn't travel both, and be one traveler long I stood, and looked down as far as I could, to where it bent on the road. So wood, stood, wood. So they belong to the same rhyming pattern. See here, I have marked with A, B, again A, B. The rhyming pattern, this wood, stood, and could belong to the same one. They rhyme with each other. Wood, stood, and could, they belong to the same rhyming pattern, whereas birth, undergrowth, and undergrowth, they belong to the same one. That's why I have mentioned here A, B, again A, B, A, B, same rhyming pattern. In the second stanza also you can see the same thing, rhyming word. You see there, fear, what is this? Where. Then next one, there. Fear, where, there. Same rhyming pattern. A. And claim, shame. Claim and shame. They rhyme with each other. So what is the rhyming? If I ask you a question, what is the rhyming word for shame? What is the rhyming word for shame? What is the rhyming word for shame? Sorry? Claim. Yeah. So they rhyme with each other. That's why I have written here A marked with A. V. Claim. Again where this line they are rhyming with each other. You see there fear, where, and there. This and this one they rhymes with each other. Okay. So in the third stanza also the same thing you see there. And both that morning equally late and leaves in leaves no step had children black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, it knowing how well lives unto way. I doubted if I should ever come back. So here also, live, day, black, live, day, you see there, and the way. Whereas black and back, they rhyme with each other. So what is the rhyming word for live? Can you tell me the rhyming word for live? Day. And the next one is way. What is the rhyming word for day? What is the rhyming word for day? Lay and way. So what is the rhyming word for that? Black. So they rhyme with each other. So what I want to share you here is that the rhyming pattern of each and every stanza is shown here. In the last one also you see there, I said I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Shy, I, by, hence, difference. Hence and difference, they rhyme with each other, whereas sigh, I, and by, they rhyme with each other. So these are the rhyming pattern of the poem. Now, you see that we have discussed the rhyming pattern of the poem, a short description of the poet. Now we will go through the poem line by line. Okay? So now you see there. So we will go through the interpretation of the poem. We will describe it in brief. Let me do it once. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. The speaker himself, the poet himself here. Okay, the speaker or the poet we can say. So remember one thing, students are mostly confused because in the poem too, they frequently say the writer. It's wrong, not the writer. We do not say the writer. We have to say either the poet or the composer. The poem is composed by, not the poem is written by. Okay, you frequently make this type of mistake in your exam. So be careful here too. The poem is composed by or the poet. And now you see here, the poet of this poem, we can say Robert Frost. Who is the poet of this poem? Robert Frost. So the the poet Robert Frost, he was going somewhere in the jungle. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. He made a diverged road there in the jungle while he was going through it. He was going through the jungle and suddenly he made two roads diverged with each other. That means two roads, they were going to different directions. And the poet was there. So he was standing there at the fork of the road. Okay, he was standing there at the diverged roads and was not able to take decision which one is to go through. He was in a confusion state. He was in confusion. He was in dilemma. So, two roads diverged in a yellow wood. This one you see there, yellow wood. What do you mean by yellow wood? Can you say, what do you mean by yellow wood? So, when does the leaf turn into yellow? When does the leaf turn into yellow? In autumn we say. So, in autumn season or when the leaves are about to fall. When the leaves are about to fall, they change their color or they become lifeless, you can say. Isn't it so? They become brown in color when they are about to fall. The leaves are about to fall. When they are about to fall, they change their color. So that means it is in autumn season. the poet is traveling through the jungle in autumn season, we can guess here. Okay, and there were two roads in front of the poet, so that's why the poet is in confusion which one is to choose. And sorry, I couldn't travel both. The poet is alone there. No one was there. So one person cannot go through the both roads at a time. So he had to take, he had a choice. So two choices were there, and from those two choices, he had to choose only one. So he was in confusion. He was in dilemma. Which one is the right way for him? So you see there, two roads means you see that in our life too. We have different choices sometimes. We face two choices at a time sometimes, and we have to choose only one. If we are able to have a right decision, a right choice, our life will be happy. Otherwise, later on we have to repent. Is it so or not? Is it so? Yeah. So that's why the poet was also in a dilemma, and he was thinking about which one is right for him. And being one traveler, he was one of the travelers. Being a traveler, long I stood there. So he stood there for a long time and gazed at the road. Okay, which one is right for him? And looked down one as far as I could. He looked through the road as far as he could. So what he saw there, two very bend in the undergrowth. Till the road bends. So when there is a bending, when there is a curve, then one cannot see a long distance from there. So till the road is bent, he looked at the road and he find that one of the way is bent or it has disappeared somewhere else. Okay, so that's why when he knows that the road has been bent and it has disappeared somewhere to the undergrowth, he took the decision to take the second road. Then took the other just as fear. So which one is long, which he could see from the very far, he took the same road. That means the second option for him, and having perhaps the better claim. So when he took the second road, he claimed that it is better for him. So he took the second road, and as fear as, you see here, as fear as. So this means maybe it has two meanings. As fear as, the road may be as fear as the first one. Okay, or he wants to be fear in taking the decisions. So if he is not fear in taking decision, if he is not right, okay, fear means right also. If he is not right in taking the decision, he might be in trouble. That's why these expressions say both of those things. And having perhaps the better claim, he claims that the road is good enough for him. Because it was grassy and wanted way. It was grassy. So whenever you go somewhere through the jungle or somewhere in the remote areas, you can easily see if the road is not used by many people. Okay, it is grassy then. Isn't it so? It is grassy. The grass is there because nobody has trodden there, nobody has stepped there. So, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted way, the poet says that. The poet says the road wants somebody to walk on it. Wanted way, it has a desire. The road has also a desire that somebody will come there and walk through the road. Though as for that the passing there had warned them clearly about the same. Now again, he changed what he has said. So before going through the road, he said that the road has not been walked by many people. It has not been passed by many people, but no sooner had he walked through the road, then he knew that the road was not new. It was also walked, or the travelers had passed through the road. Had warned them really about the same, and it is not so much different from the first one, he said again. Okay. So when you walk to the road, he just repent here too, a little bit worried about what he has, the decision he had taken. So, and now here in the third stanza, you see there, and in the third stanza, and both that morning equally late, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I came, the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads unto way, I doubted if I should ever come back. So here in the third stanza too, third stanza, so it was the morning time. It was the morning time, and the poet, you see there, he was there standing, he was there moving, and both that morning equally late, both of the roads, they were equally late. That means it was the season of autumn. The leaves had fallen down. The leaves had fallen down. When they are about to fall, I have already told you that the color of the leaves would change into yellow or gold, or it becomes lifeless and then it falls down on the ground. So the roads are covered with the leaves. The roads are covered with the leaves. And that morning, both of the roads, they were covered with the leaves. The road which the poet had passed away, it was also covered with the leaves. In leaves, no step had trodden black. But what the poet has found here is that morning, the leaves were there on the ground, on the way you can say. So that morning, no people, no humans had trodden there, means not stepped there, not walked there, because if anyone had passed through the road, through the way, the leaves would have turned into black. Okay, the leaves, they would have turned into black if someone had gone through the way that morning. So that morning, no one had passed through the road. Oh, I kept the first for another day. And again he goes to the back. Oh, I kept the first one. He remembers the first road which he had left. Okay, that is for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way. I don't know whether it leads to me, to my destination or not. The poet is not sure. I doubt it if I should ever come back. I had already started my journey. I doubt it. He is not sure whether he had to come back and go to the next way or not. Okay, and the last one, you see the last stanza. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Now, after many years, you see there, after many years, the poet will be, he remembers his past, he goes to the past. Okay, he goes to the past. I shall be telling this with a sigh, taking a long breath, sigh. Like this, taking a long breath. He says, what he says, somewhere in ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood. Some few years ago, after many years he will say, again he goes to the past and said, some few years ago, I have two options. What are the two options that means? Okay, he had the two options. At the very beginning, two roads. These two roads symbolizes two options in his life. That means which one is to choose. Okay, choose the correct option. Choose the correct option for his life here. So I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. So I took the one which has not been experienced by many people. I took the one which has not been experienced by many people, and that has made all the differences. That has made. Now what I am doing, how is my condition, it depends on the choice which I had chosen some few years ago. You see there you are the SE streets. So after passing SE, we also choose one. There comes many options in our life. Isn't it so? Which one is to read? Which one is to read? Which subject is to read? If you read education, you are sure that you will be a lecturer or a teacher in the future. If you take the medicine part, you will be a doctor, nurse, or anything else. So if you choose science, you will be an engineer or something else. So you see there, whatever the options you choose now, it determines correct choice of our life. Okay, so if you are not able to choose the correct options, correct choice, then your life will be ruined. We have to repent later on. So choose the correct one. Two roads means the poet is choosing here. There are two options in front of you. Which one is to choose? Okay, choosing the options of your life. It resembles. And you see that I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere edges and edges hands. So now if you are happy, you have a sigh of happiness. You have a sigh of happiness. So if you are not so much satisfied with your life, you have a sigh of disappointed. You will be disappointed, not so much happy, sad, unhappy. Okay, that is what the poet is saying here. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere edges and edges hands. Two roads diverged in a wood. Two roads diverged. There were two roads. That means there were two options in our life, and the poet is having difficulty. He is having difficulty in choosing the correct one. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, which has not been experienced by many people. He chose the second option. The poet is having a little bit difficulty in choosing the correct option here for his life. Okay, he is in dilemma. Finally, what that has made all difference. So, if a person, if humans, or if we people are able to have the correct options, correct choice, then our life will be happy. Otherwise, we have to repent later on. Okay. So anyway, this is just a short description of the poem we have discussed. And now, now after the discussion of this poem, let us go to some exercise. Okay. Here, everyone. So we have already discussed the poem. So after the discussion of the poem, we are going through the question answer. So same type of questions will be asked to you in SCE2. Most frequently, who is the poet? This one is the question. This is the question which is asked most frequently. You see there. And what you have to remember is who is the poet when there is a question. So most frequently the answer is at the bottom. Okay, at the bottom, or sometimes in question you will be given in the poem. In the poem, you will be given read the poem by Robert Frost and answer the following questions. If you are asked in such a way, you have to look at the top. Read the poem by Robert Frost and answer the following questions or do the activities given below. You will be asked in such a way also, so don't look every time here, downward. Okay, so sometimes it is given at the top also. The name of the poet is given there. So you have to write the answer. Now, who is the poet? The poet of the poem. The poet of the poem is R-O-B-E-R-T, Robert Frost. F-R-O-S-T, Frost. So when you write the answer, you see there the text. Who is the poet? And the question that starts with who. It is very much easy for you to answer. Okay, only writing the name is enough. Writing the name is enough. We haven't written there anything more. Robert Frost. Instead of who, we can write Robert Frost is the poet. Okay, you can simply answer instead of who. If the question begins with who, we have to write the name of the person there. So Robert Frost is the poet, or the poet is Robert Frost. You can answer in such a way. Okay. And question number 2, you see there, who is the speaker in the poem? Again, it belongs to who. Who is the speaker in the poem? Who is the speaking there? Robert Frost, the poet himself. Isn't it so? The poet is the speaker in the poem, we can write. The poet is the speaker in the poem. Like this. And don't forget to give full stop at the it. Full stop. Who is the speaker in the poem? The poet is the speaker in the poem. The poet is the speaker in the poem. Okay, next one. Where is the speaker standing? Where is the speaker standing? Where is the speaker standing? The speaker is standing at the diverse roads, or we can say the fork, where the two roads has been divided. F-O-R-K we can say. That means also the two roads diverged. So the speaker is standing at the fork. The speaker is standing at the diverse. You can see from here at the diverse roads. We can write here diverse roads. So you can write from here too. And now you see that which road does he choose to travel? Which road does he choose to travel? Which road? The second one. Which one is? Second one. Which is?
Not traveled
by many or? Rashi. Isn't it so? The which road does he choose to travel? That means he means who here? The poet or the traveler. The poet, you can write here, the poet. This one, what we have to write? What we have to write here? The poet chooses which one? The less traveled road. Isn't it so? Second road means the less traveled road. The less traveled road. So in this way we can do the question answers. So when you do question answer, please you must be careful about the tense. If the question is asked in present tense, you must answer. Okay? You see, be careful about the verb too. Does is here. That's why we have written here verb 5. Okay? Is here. That's why we have written is. Don't write was. Are you getting me? So the minor mistakes may make you check your less marks. Okay, that's why. So be careful here when you write the answers. Now, after the discussion of question answers, we will go to match the following. You see there, such type of questions will appear in your exam too, will come in your exam too. That's what we are going to discuss. After reading the text, after reading the poem, we have to do it. So match the following. You see there, words and meanings are given there. Words on the first side and meanings on the next side. They are given. So you have to choose the correct answers from here. Okay, you have to choose the correct options from here. So diverged. What is diverged? What is diverged? Diverged means different directions are going to the different parts. You see there? That's why we can write down here branched away. Okay, we can write down here. In exam you have to do step. Okay, diverged, branched away. But here I will mark it here like this. And wood. Forest. Wood means forest. Here. Okay, wood means forest. Sorry, forest. Undergrowth. Undergrowth. Shrubs, a mass of bushes. Here I say to you, two were equal bent in the undergrowth. Shrubs were there, trees were there. That means the bent was not seen by the poet. That's why he chose the next road. You see there, a shrubs or the mass of bushes. You see there, write down like this. Shy. A deep and long braid. Like this, taking a long braid. Okay, you can read here. And trodden, walked by many people, or stepped, walked on. Whereas the last one is bent, curved. It's the curved, okay, or bent. So we can write down here, and this is the walk. This is how you have to do your walk to survive. Thank you.